So, question again, number 4 from number 3. I said at the end of it, what resources or organizations helped you the most during your journey? There was no one doing more than anybody else because it's not a race. It's just that everybody wants to tell that story. And depending on their market resources, some are persistent, some are consistent, and some do it as much as possible, funding allowed. You've all seen some of the adverts on TV, and you see the ones that are constantly on the media pages, on the media channels as well. Mine's on there as well. I'm on YouTube. I think I mentioned YouTube before. Yeah, I'm on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. I think I said LinkedIn before, LinkedIn, and one or two others as well. So, right, highlight support groups, counseling, educational resources. Good grief. There's loads. I was shocked when I went online to, once I'd had my counseling session with Macmillan, Harrogate NHS, I was horrified at the amount of information, and it's almost too much because everybody has got information to give to you. And some of it is scientific, some of it's about the doctors, the professors, there is ongoing research that's going on, and some of it is, like myself, personal stories, telling people about our journey, what we're going through. And some people, like me, are letting people be aware of what lifestyle choices you can make to look after yourself going forward. The support groups, as I've said, they are, but when you put in hashtag prostate cancer, a lot come up. Just click on the top ones. Look at the ones that you see are spread across all the channels. I can't advocate one more than the other because they're all bloody good. But there's a point you have to you have to educate yourself and understand. And then above all else, what you're not sure about, ask questions. I'm happy to answer questions. It's up to you to make first contact. All I can do is say, I'm ready, I'm available, and I will give you what I can if you want it. Okay? So that's the best I can do on that one. Next one is share how these resources made a difference. They made a difference where I was destined and diagnosed, and you can see my medical reports. Oops, I just tapped the mic. Sorry about that. I was destined to have prostatectomy, which was the removal of my prostate, based on the doctor, the oncology and the surgeon, the oncology team and the surgeon only saw one thing: 6 foot black man, 18 stone, categorized as morbidly obese, and a BMI of 35, 18 stone, which is 111 kilos, for those that do it in new money. They were going to take it out. As far as they're concerned, what was going to walk through the door was a guy that didn't give a shit and that didn't look after himself. And I walked in, and they threw the paperwork they had on the floor and said, right, we'll tell you what's happened, what we're going to do. And I was just sitting there listening, thinking, that's not going to happen. Not because it shouldn't happen the way they want to do it, but they're only going to be as good as the information that they've got. And they're only going to be even better once they've met you and see what kind of individual they're working with. And I must have done something right, because the treatment I had was more expensive. I had to be moved to another district to have the work done. Pardon upon using the word work, to have my surgery done, because it wasn't done in the region of my when my treatment was prescribed. So obviously, like a lot of hospitals, some specialize more than others. So I was moved to where I was going to have the best treatment, and because I wanted braccia bead therapy, which is putting radiated beads inside the prostate and killing the cancer that way. Unfortunately, I also had to have it put into my peripheral tubes, which is the tube that carries the semen from the prostate to the, all that good stuff, etc. And again, it's on my website. And I had to have radiation put in there, which is what brought me up to a stage 4 because it had actually gone outside the prostate on that occasion. But I think it was more precaution because it was so close to it. So whilst they were there, they did it there as well. Fortunately, because of fitness, well-being, and holistic products that I'm taking, and I use the word holistic, all available to good health produce shops, etc., and everything. I'm now fully functional again, producing 100%. The only thing I'm going to check on by the summer is whether it's actually fertile. But right now, I can report that I'm producing semen fully, completely. Whether it's good for anything remains to be seen. But wouldn't it be brilliant if I come back and say that it is? But anyway, that's for then, and I'll come back to that one. My next PSA test is in April. It will be my second one since going into full remission from the 1st of May, which again is on one of my videos that I've done, or podcasts, I should say, with Maisie. So that was number 2 of number 4. Different resources making a difference. The resources are out there. Share how these resources made a difference. There's so much out there that the likelihood of you not surviving is only based on how late it was you were diagnosed. So I've got my fingers crossed for you that if this video is useful to you, I've either caught you very early, in the middle of, or if it's too late, meaning that it's metastasized or it's on your lymph nodes, that possibly it can do something to lengthen your life anyway, which it can do. As I said, my cousin survived 14 years after being diagnosed with breast cancer. There are some people that want to do things a different way. Nothing wrong with it, but the system is there to help us. That's what I'll say. Encourage viewers to explore similar tools. Look at me. That's all I can say. I've done my bit, and I hope to be of service going forward and encourage viewers to explore similar tools. It's out there. I've put the tools in a toolbox. You just got to go in and choose the ones that you want to use. The best advocation of what I've done, and sorry again with the mic, the best advocation for what I've done is longevity. I've gone through my treatment, done all my radiation, gone through two years of hormone treatment, which was awful. It was horrible, but I've come out the other side. I've regained all my strength. I kept a lot of it I exercised all the way through. Obviously, it was in the middle of COVID as well. So didn't go to the gym and only started about last year. And in fact, I'm coming up to my 7th anniversary being back in the gym, seventh month being back in the gym. I use 8 different gyms and more going forward because I want to see who's out there, other guys, other people training, exercising, and find people of my age and genre that have been through cancer, what they're doing, how they're living their life, etc. and stuff. But I'm not being a pain in the ass. I go in, exercise, look around, and then come out. But I make those that are curious to talk to me if I'm approachable. I'm not the most sociable person in the gym. You go in there to exercise and say, look, here's my QR code. Have a look. Listen to Maisie, my first interview, which explains me from start to finish, and then a series of others that hopefully will help inspire and encourage. Okay, so this is the second round. You can tell it's the second round because in the last one, I was in the car and I was wearing a black top. I love to wear these kind of tops. And I'm in grey. Next one, I'll choose another color. But this is what I like to wear when I'm not in gym gear, which is more or less 80% of the time, really. And hopefully, I'll be doing more like this. Whether they'll stay long and be used as shorts or shorts, then the long ones on YouTube, that will be decided for me. But I hope I've been informative. I hope I'm giving you some useful information. But at least I'm here, I'm alive. I talk way too much, and it's self-evident. proof of life, proof of energy, proof of strength. So go out there and be your best you can. Ask questions. And if you want more information, guys, I can't do any more. I've put it out there. Yes, every so often look at my website to see that some people are looking at it, but you're not asking me questions. But again, you don't have to, because there are plenty of more qualified professionals to do that. But you know, the person that's got the most information, the survivors. And I'm one of them. Okay. So until the next time, good health and look after yourselves. Cheers. Bye.